Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 160 is out and let's talk about it. This chapter was quite simple and consisted of two major parts. The chapter begins with the mastermind himself, Kenjaku. He was last seen in chapter 136 when he activated Idol Transfiguration. He has been quite busy since then, setting up barriers for the 10 colonies across Japan. Kenjaku states that the current barrier in Sendai is about 5 or 6 kilometers from an old execution ground. This could be one of the conditions for creating a barrier. I mentioned this in my previous chapter review, but Japan is one of the few countries in the world that still use capital punishment, so executions are legal in Japan. It makes sense that a culling game would take place near a place of execution where a lot of cursed energy would be concentrated. There also seems to be a stipulation or a kind of binding vow when creating a barrier. Anyone present within the barrier has the option to leave only once. This is demonstrated through Sasaki, who was Yuji's senior in high school. Back in chapter 1, when Yuji was living in Sendai, he was a member of the occult research club. The other two members were Sasaki and Iguchi. The last time we saw Iguchi, he was hospitalized after being attacked by a cursed spirit, so it was nice to see him doing a lot better this chapter. Kenjaku informs Sasaki that she is currently inside the cursed realm, a place between dreams and reality. This is the first time we are introduced to this concept, and it could play an important role further down in the story. Gojo is trapped inside the prison realm, and the cursed realm might be an alternate dimension where curses are born. This suggests that there are multiple dimensions in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe, and Kenjaku is able to freely navigate between them. As Kenjaku leads Sasaki outside of the barrier, he thanks her for getting along with Yuji. From chapter 143, we know that Yuji's mom was being controlled by Kenjaku. He has been planning out Yuji's life from the start. He used Yuji to develop Mahito's curse technique, which he exploited for his own agenda. I don't think Kenjaku places any importance on family. When he was controlling Noritoshi Kamo, he conducted numerous experiments on a woman. She was pregnant 9 times and was forced to abort her child each time. This produced the cursed womb death paintings as we know it. Kenjaku's modus operandi is still ambiguous, and his motive may be more complicated. Kenjaku's goal is to merge humankind with Tengen, but it's still unclear how the culling game facilitates his goal. Even if mankind does evolve into the next stage, what does Kenjaku gain from this phenomena? Is he just a nihilistic character like the Joker who wants to watch the world burn? We'll just have to wait and find out. We finally get a view of the barrier, and it is enormous compared to the barrier from the Shibuya incident. Certain bloodthirsty individuals have already started to fight, and there is a large, grotesque looking rat creature that's been sliced up. This conveys the violent nature of the culling game. So Yuji and the gang are trying to track down Angel. She was introduced in chapter 145 and has the ability to remove any curse technique. Her real name is Hana Kurusu, but Yuji and company don't know that. She plays an integral role in the current plan. If Angel can remove Sumiki's curse technique, she won't have to take part in the culling game. The team splits up. Hakari and Panda decide to go to Colony 2. Yuji and Megumi go to Colony 1. Kirara is staying outside the barrier as backup. So for now we have our matchups decided. Hajime will be fighting Hakari. I'm excited to see this matchup. Both of them seem to be power-based fighters, so I'm expecting a lot of punches to be thrown. Megumi and Yuji will be fighting Hiromi, and Panda will be trying to find Angel. Yuji is still worried that Sukuna might take over his body because of his interest in Megumi, but this is the best team that can be assembled right now. In terms of strength, I would place Hakari as the strongest, then Yuji and Megumi as equals, then Panda and Kirara. It makes sense for the middle strongest fighters to stick together. We learned that there is approximately 7 days and 12 hours left until Sumiki needs to take part in the culling game. This deadline further raises the stakes and the tension in the story. Finally, the chapter ends with the team entering the belly of the beast. The culling game has officially begun for our characters, and things are only gonna get crazier from here. But that's it from me. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.